Thanks for tuning in to the Charles Novell School of Music podcast, The Best Day Yet. Here you'll find tips, insight, and information to help your music and your ministry succeed. Whether you're a singer, a musician, or a songwriter, we want to help you where you are, but we also want to help you get to where you want to go. We believe that our talents are God's gift to us, but what we do with those are our gift back to God. Yesterday's information is important, but what we can learn today will make this the best day yet. Hey there, welcome back to the CNS podcast, The Best Day Yet. Hope this finds all well with you today. And you know what? I hope you had a great Valentine's Day last week. Valentine's Day. I saw a couple funny things. It's not Valentine's. It is Valentine. Now, I also saw several National Single Awareness Day posts. However you celebrated, I hope you had a great day. I know I was able to spend time with Jen. That's always vitally important to me, and extremely satisfying when I get to spend quality time with Jen. And I was gone the previous weekend, so it was good to be home and enjoy that day with her. So, all right. Hey, a couple things before we dig in today. I announced this past week our piano staff for CNS 24. Y'all, I am so excited about our piano staff for CNS 24. Just absolutely incredible teachers, but more importantly, great anointed ministers of the gospel. What's vitally important to me in this, in running CNS, is in looking at qualifications for staff members. I need three things. Number one, I need to know their walk with the Lord benefits our students at CNS and obviously does not hinder them. Number two, we are a school of music, so I need to know that they're qualified to teach musically. Number three, my staff members need to be people that I can trust to be in a room teaching a class when I can't be in that room to watch them, to see what they might do or say. That could be a hindrance to the reputation of the Charles Novell School of Music. My dad spent 58 years building a very sound place to come and study and learn gospel and Christian music, and not on my watch. I'm not going to let someone destroy it. So, man, we know their spiritual walk. We know their musical ability. And then we know that there's a level of trust there. Why? Because, y'all, the CNS staff are some of my best friends on this planet. I literally am honored to get to do life with them on a daily basis. It's bigger than us just meeting 1 week out of the year for our national CNS session. Just got to spend the weekend with one of my absolute closest, dearest, and best friends, Pastor John Grove, last couple weeks ago now, at our Central Florida Regional. So there's different times during the year that we get together and can fellowship. Quartet Convention is one. We do a staff retreat as a CNS staff. So that gives us time to be around each other. But throughout the year, we're texting, we're talking, we're being there maybe to support, to pray through situations either in their life or their family's lives. So this staff at CNS, they are absolutely, I trust them because I consider them some of my closest friends. So our piano staff, unbelievable. We have James Michael Rainey. We have Becky Carver. We have Dana Simpson. We have Roy Webb. And then we have little old me. And the cool thing about that, every one of us are qualified to teach whatever needs to be taught, but everyone kind of excels in a certain place. So depending on the needs of our students, we can place them with an instructor that's best going to suit them and their needs. So check that out online. I posted that. registration is open, you all, for CNS 24. You can go to www.cnsmusic.com to get more information or to sign up and register today. All right, so last week's episode of the podcast, we talked about developing skills and just how vitally important that is in what we do. If you want to do something, you simply have to do it. My dad, this has rang out for me and replayed in my mind so many times over my life. He told me, he said, Robbie, if you want something bad enough, you'll work as hard as you need to get there, to achieve that. And that's ring true for me personally, as well as definitely within the area of my music and my ministry. And so we talked and we gave a lot of tips, or several tips last week, and we're going to kind of continue that today. This is a lot of times, you all, these very podcasts will encourage and motivate me to dig into one of these topics a little deeper. And doing so this week, I came up, I think, with a few more things that I want to share and encourage you in the area of developing your skills. Now, I want to clarify, I'm not just talking something new, even though a lot of our podcast last week was motivating, encouraging you. You know what? If you're a singer and you don't play an instrument, let me encourage you. Develop a new skill of playing the piano or playing the guitar. It's going to help you in so many ways vocally. It's going to reinforce your vocals, but it's also going to open up a new aspect and just kind of a new side to what you do in your programming and within your set or your services, your programs that you do. It's going to add variety. I think variety is very, very important. I like when I go out to do my objective before I leave a building, whether it's a church or an auditorium, is I want to reach every single person in that room from side to side, front to back, corner to corner. I want to reach everybody in that room before I leave. And the only way that I feel that I can pull that off is to have variety within my set list. So developing a new skill of playing an instrument may help add the right variety to your service that you can start effectively reaching more people. But kind of where I want to jump back into this today is a couple different times in the last week, I have been just point blank asked questions. How can I do this? How can I add this to my music? Another question I was asked, am I capable of doing this? And the answer to all of that, again, is yes. I told you, if you want to do anything, if you work hard enough, you can achieve that. So with anything, at our regional in Florida, Pastor John was preaching out of 2 Samuel. And he talked about on the story there. It talks about, basically, just paraphrasing, giving you the RNV, the Rob Novell version. There was a mountain. On the other side of that mountain waited God's provision was waiting for them on the other side of the mountain. And as Pastor John shared that day, we have to climb the mountain. If you want to do something, the only way you get to your end game, to your goal, the only way you get to the end is you have to begin. There has to be a start. Pastor John was talking during that, and as he was sharing that, he kind of stopped for a second and said, you know what? There is everything that we need. There's nothing that we need that God hasn't already done for us. And when he was sharing that, man, my mind went to Jesus on the cross when he said probably the three most powerful words when he said, "It is finished." When he said it is finished, that means your healing is taken care of. When he said it is finished, that meant your provision is taken care of. When he said it is finished, that means that relationship in your life is going to be restored. But most importantly, when he said it's finished, he said, you know what? I have provided a way of escape. You do not have to spend eternity in a sinner's hell. I have provided a way, a bridge for you to spend eternity with my Father in heaven. Wow. Talk about love, talk about grace. I've already mentioned Valentine's Day, but man, there's no more better love story than what Christ did for us on the cross. But here's the thing. When he said it is finished, he meant that, obviously. But the only way we get to the finished is we have to start something, and then we have to stay on course, stay on target, stick with the plan until we what? Finish it. So, in developing a new skill, I think the most important thing is the obvious thing is we have to put the time into it. Music, I've used this analogy before. Music is kind of like a jealous girlfriend. It wants all your attention. It doesn't want to share you. It wants to spend all of its time with you. And the way our skills develop, namely and first and foremost, is through practice. We've just got to put consistent quality time into our practice. We've talked about practice before, and it's not about, just setting a timer and you're done practicing when the timer goes off. You're not going to get anything truly accomplished that way. It's not about quantity of time. Man, it's more and all about quality of time. So if you want to do something, the only way to get there, the only way to finish is to begin. So last week we talked about kind of a lot about developing new skills. Let's kind of reinforce what we're currently doing, what we're already doing, and how can we improve those skills and our knowledge about those skills. So several things I want to look at. The first thing, take professional development courses. Take professional development courses. I can share a place with you. It's called the Charles Novell School of Music. We exist to help you develop your skills and further your knowledge. That's why we do what we do. At the Charles Novell School of Music, whether you're a vocalist, an instrumentalist, a songwriter, we talk technology. We kind of deal with every area within the Christian music industry, from booking and promoting to branding and marketing to radio and TV and all the things that are out there. We've done seminars in the past, jobs in Christian music. I was asked and I had a conversation with a young man recently that asked me, hey, could I do this? Do I have the ability to travel full time with a group? And the young man is extremely gifted. And I said yes. But as soon as I said yes, I said, if you continue developing and learning everything that you can about what you do, we don't get to a point and we have successfully completed our training, our schooling, our education. We've got to constantly be pushing to learn new things. I'm highly driven every single day. Part of the goal for my day is before I go to bed that night, I want to have learned something new that can make me more beneficial for the Lord to use in ministry tomorrow. I want to, each day, I want to continue improving and getting better. And that's what the Charles Novell School of Music is about. There's the obvious classes that we offer. We offer classes in music theory, vocal. We have vocal labs all week that deal with the ins and outs of singing, from the mechanics of it to the maintenance of it, giving you tips and suggestions on how to care for your voice, all the way down to range development, and then presenting your singing. interpretation, delivery, talk. We talk stage presence. We do all that. So we have classes in stage presence. We call it our performance training class. You get up, you perform, you do what it is that you do. And my staff that is in the room will offer tips and suggestions to help you the next time do what you do more effectively. At CNS, we believe in a polished ministry is an effective ministry. You can do more if you're doing things not right or wrong, but you're doing things to the best of your ability, and you're putting some emphasis on trying to make it A, the best it can be, and B, the most professional that it can be. We already have enough of the don't listen to how I sing, just listen to the words in this song. When people get up and start making excuses from the get-go, I'm done. I'm out. I check out relatively quickly when they start making excuses before they begin ministering. So never apologize for you get up and you do what you do, but we have classes in that to help you with that. We have beginning guitar classes. We have beginning piano classes. We have more intermediate and advanced piano classes that these are group lessons, the guitar, the piano. We have songwriting classes. So songwriting is a big part of what we do at CNS. And actually, at CNS 24, we are expanding our songwriting. We're going to have multiple sessions each afternoon that is geared and designated for our songwriters. So those are some of the classes. In addition to that, we have different seminars and topics, or seminars on various topics that will offer you information to motivate you, encourage you, to help you further what it is that you do. In addition to that, we offer private lessons. You get one set of private lessons during the week, and that's 5 half-hour private lessons. You're going to get a private lesson each day of the week. And within those private lessons, you and an instructor can specifically work on areas that you need to work on. I'm big with my teaching on building off strengths and helping a student develop weaknesses. So I'm going to want to know, if you come into my room, what is it we're going to do this week? What do you need help with? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Let me encourage you to excel over here. Let me encourage you to develop over here on this side. So you get the private lessons. Now, some of the other benefits that come in addition to that training, you are on a campus full of 100 other like-minded individuals. They are there for the same reason you're there. We're gonna be across the spectrum, small to tall. We're gonna come from different denominational backgrounds. We're gonna come from different music genres, but we're all there for one purpose, and that is to give God all the glory through our gifts and through our talents. So you're going to be around like-minded people there. So the point was to find professional development courses that can help you where you currently are. I don't want to over-spiritualize this or misinterpret this, but for me, the biggest thing that amazes me about God's grace is He loved me enough to find me where I was. But He loved me so much more that He refused to leave me there. I believe it's similar with our giftings. You hear all the time, it's not ability, it's availability. I 110% agree with that. A open vessel, you can't pour anything into your Stanley cup if the lid is on the cup. The cup has to be open to be a willing vessel. So I'm totally down with the whole availability versus ability. However, once again, an effective ministry is a polished ministry. And if we take our willingness and our openness and we couple that with developed talent and developed skills, man, that just makes us all the more dangerous to our enemy. And at the end of the day, we share two other common goals. We love the same God and we're fighting the same enemy. So if what we can do, we can better ourselves and be more effective in what we do, man, I just see that being a win-win. Okay, second thing. This says access online resources. At our regional in Central Florida, one of the topics we just kept coming back to was YouTube. We have so many resources available to us 24/7, 365. The last I checked, there is no open and closing hours on YouTube. It's accessible all day, all night, 24/7. One of my favorite pastimes is sitting on my couch in the evenings, scrolling through YouTube, finding videos that maybe I don't have time to watch right then, but I have an account with YouTube simply so I can have a save folder. And I save these videos, and when opportunity arises for me to have practice time, I'll dig into these videos, and it helps me. It furthers what I do. It's helping me to develop new skill sets, and which for me, I'm stretching myself and working some different styles and genres that I really haven't been part of my music. They have been, but not kind of a focal point. So it encourages me to think out of the box and kind of push the envelope a little bit and be more versatile in what I do. So YouTube obviously is an amazing online source. We have a complete online school of music at CNS. The Charles Novell Online School of Music is available 365, 24/7. The way our online school works, when a student signs up, they get 30-day access to complete the curriculum. There are over 120 videos on the online course of study, and it's a great way at the leisure. You can study and develop from the leisure and comforts of your own home. You don't want to pack a suitcase and come and do the dorm life and live with us for a week on campus at MSU in Murray, Kentucky. You know what? We have an option for you. You can do the online course of study. And man, if you have an interest in that, reach out to me. The first couple years that we did it, we set a week aside, but man, you at any point, you could literally contact me tomorrow and I can get you on the online school, or a month from now, you could reach out and I could get you enrolled and registered and up and running with the online school. So online resources, just again, another viable option to help you further what it is that you do and make you more effective doing it. Next thing, attend professional events. Attend professional events. You will be motivated and encouraged when you go see someone do things and model it before you the correct way. I love going to NQC each year for this reason. I'm going to, first off, I show up expecting the unexpected. I show up asking God just to encourage me, minister to me during the week. And there are certain artists that I love to go in and watch because I know it's going to provide that moment of entertainment. Yes, I said that, the E word. I'm going to go in there and enjoy myself as I listen to them, but I also know they're going to encourage me, motivate me spiritually, but yet musically as well. So whatever it is that you do, you know what? If you are a singer and you want to be, you like Sandy, let's go old school. You like Sandy Patty. If that's what you want to do, you don't need to be attending a bunch of bluegrass concerts. You know, kind of stay in your lane. The problem, I live in Atlanta, and the problem down here with our traffic is people are in the wrong lane. It's that simple. There's 7 lanes, but people don't know which one to be in. That's why we have traffic issues. So if you want to be Sandy Patty, don't go to the bluegrass concert. Find what it is you do and stay within that lane. But the professional events, NQC, professional event, other great events during the year, the Singing in the Sun at Myrtle Beach, the Ark, the 40 days and nights there at the Ark, Memphis Quartet Show, an amazing event. And then there's Graceland, the Sing that's been happening there the last couple of years. These are the professional events that I'm talking about, specifically in gospel and Christian music. Now, I have been to secular concerts. I have been to the symphony and seen different things there. I love at Christmas time, if my schedule permits and they're in town and I can go see TSO, the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. I love that. I love that. That's kind of become part of the holiday season for me. Man, I leave there encouraged. I leave there inspired. I'm going to a professional event. The next thing that can help you develop your current skill set is to network online. I really believe and feel in my spirit and that we need to and we will do more podcasts dealing with social media and the effectiveness of a good quality approach to your social media, how effective that it can be on your ministry. Man, y'all, it's a slippery slope, though. It can be just as detrimental to your ministry as it can be a help. I have seen things where artists have got on there and called out the pastor from last Sunday morning service because something didn't quite go the way they wanted it to, and they thought it would be okay to get online and let the entire world know about it. Here's my biggest issue with that. There are other pastors that are going to see that. And if, said artist could take the time to attack a pastor online like that, their thought process may be, hey, am I the next victim? Am I the next one that they're going to attack? So, we've got to be careful in how we approach our social media. And that's not the point here. Literally, I'm going to get to the point. I'm just saying, I think we're going to do some future things to try to help in this area because I think it needs addressing. I honestly do. But networking online, what that means, let's talk about this. If you are a songwriter, at CNS, we started a private Facebook group in August of 2023, and it's called the CNS Writers Desk. And there are 35, 40 writers currently affiliated with this private page. And it's a chance for them to network with each other. You're looking for like-minded people. Well, if you're a songwriter, man, there's 35, 40 people just like you that are waiting there. They have a lot of the same questions that you have. Where do you get your inspiration to write songs? What's more important, writing lyrics or writing music? I write lyrics, but I can't write music. How do I get artists to listen to my songs? How do I get artists to record my songs? The same questions that you have, everyone has. And so there is an instant place for you to network online. With CNS, each year, our theme for CNS 24 is called It's Time. You want to develop a new skill? It's time. You want to develop your current skill? Y'all, it's time. So we have a theme every year. And when students register for the upcoming session of CNS, I will send them an invitation on Facebook to the private Facebook page that we have set up. This year's page they match our theme. So this year's page is CNS It's Time. So as soon as the student registers, I put them on the CNS It's Time page. And as soon as they are there, they have the opportunity to start networking and communicating and doing daily life with other students that are going to be at the school with them in July. The last several years, we've been doing this about 4 years. The last several years, we see students show up on Sunday for registration day, and it's like they already know each other because they've been reaching out and communicating and networking online together. So networking online is a good way for you to find people that are doing what it is that you want to do, and they can help you excel in it. The next thing here, learn new technology. Don't be afraid to try something new. 2020 introduced that word change to all of us. We had to find new ways to do the same old thing. And it stretched us all, starting with me. I'm not good with change, and God did a lot in me in 2020 because I had to be open and willing. I had to take the lid off that container so that he could fill it. And technology became a big part of all of our lives in 2020. I teach 40 students a week. I never missed a lesson with my students. I remember going in for our last in-person lessons, and at one of the church academies, the school of music director approached me and said, "Hey, I got some bad news. We got to shut lessons down." And I said, "No, we don't." And he looked at me and said, "What?" I had already been teaching virtually for several years. A lot of my students during the week are out of state. I'm in Georgia. I have students in Arkansas, Ohio, Florida, South Carolina, Texas, and we take lessons virtually. So I explained to them very quickly how that we could do things and how we could make things work. So I, again, never missed a lesson with any of my students. We work off 16-week semesters at these music academies. And at the end of each semester, we have a recital. Gives the students an outlet, a chance to perform and to showcase what it is that they have learned during that semester. I took it as far as, with my students, I had the students that were of age and capable videoed their performance. My younger ones, I had mom and dad videotape their songs. Everyone sent me their videos. I compiled them together. I went on Facebook. We did a Facebook Live. I was able to introduce each one of my students and then push their video forward. And we didn't even skip. We did virtual recitals that year. And the neat thing about it, I probably need to go back and look. The last I had checked, there was like 8,000 views of a recital, because what it meant was, Grandma and Grandpa in Seattle, Washington, were able to tune in and be part of their grandchild's music recital that in person there wasn't a chance of them being there and being part of it. So tapping into technology taught us new things. And on the other side of that, what we implemented and put into action, a lot of that's still with us. I just mentioned our online school. We wouldn't have that had it not been for what God showed us in 2020. So learning new technology is a great way to help you. Just yesterday, I'm working on an arrangement of my dad's, and y'all, my dad was an absolute monster on the piano. His right hand was extremely fast. His left hand was extremely fast. And so I've been working on an arrangement of his that I decided, you know what, I want to learn that. I want to play that. And there's this one spot in it that's giving me absolute fits, y'all. And I thought yesterday, and I Googled it, and instantly I had 4 results. And within 30 seconds, I went to the App Store and downloaded an app that will take this song of my dad's that's going like 200 miles an hour. It allows me to slow it down, doesn't change the pitch. It allows me to slow the tempo down to hear what he's doing more distinctly. And it's helping me get this one section that I got to finalize. It's helping me get it down. So there are tools and resources out there through technology. The next thing, learn from others. Learn from others. I love talking to musician friends, and because as I'm growing, they're growing, and we get to talking about different things. It's kind of like I mentioned, when you come to CNS, you're around, a room full of like-minded people. And when I get around other people that I feel could help me, I reached out to one of our staff members 2 weeks ago and said, "Hey, I need, when you get a chance, I need to carve out time for a lesson, because you excel in an area and I'm working on this, and I need to understand a little better how to approach it." So I say it all the time. We ask the right people the right questions to get the right answers. So that's how we learn learn from others. Last thing, and we're going to wrap up today. We're going to end where we started. If you want to do something bad enough, you simply have to do it. We can't get to the it is finished until we have a beginning. So I just want to encourage you. Last week, if you didn't hear last week's episode, tune back into that and check out what we talked about there with developing new skills. Today, we were giving you some tips on how to develop your current skills. I promise you, when you get into these and you start doing that, you're gonna find out when you apply this stuff that it's gonna make today become your best day yet. Y'all have a blessed week. Thanks for listening to the Charles Novell School of Music podcast, The Best Day Yet. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter under the name the Charles Novell School of Music. And for more information on CNS and our upcoming events, like our online school, our weekend regional sessions, our creative coaching, and our pastor's retreat, you can visit us at our website at www.cnsmusic.com. As you've listened to this episode, we hope that you've gained some information that you can apply to your music and to your ministry to make today the best day yet.